Patch notes! Update 6.2.5. Wow, a lot here. Okay, activities. Crucible. Fix an issue where Crucible and Iron Banner seasonal kills and deaths will only be updated at match complete rather than continually during the match. Fix an issue where Guardian eliminations did not progress as seasonal greetings triumph. Fix an issue in Rumble where some incorrect voiceover lines were playing. Shax apologizes profusely. Yeah, man, Shax has been calling us a hunter or like a warlock on the wrong damn class now for years. Iron Banner Eruption. Fix an issue where the Crucible medals were awarded rather than Iron Banner ones. Fix an issue where shutdown bonus points were awarded multiple times if more than one player contributed to the shutdown. It would now only award points to the team once. Fix an issue where the game type icon did not display on the activity intro screen. Okay, all right, whatever. Expedition Plunder. Ruffians will no longer despawn when the drill phase ends. Additionally, their spawn rate is increased by 7%. Dares of Eternity. Treasure coordinates will now drop after activity completion. Okay. I think what people wanted to see right here was like, yo, it's easier to get attunements from both of these activities. And Bungie's like, nah, dog, we're just going to just take that. Raids and Dungeons added mitigations for issues where players could inadvertently die after ringing the Bell of Conquest in the Duality Dungeon. Oh my god, Duality's fixed. Fellas, it happened. Yep. Fix an issue in Duality Dungeon where rapidly interacting with Callus statues could block progression. Fix an issue in King's Fall where players received confirmation on completion of the deep side puzzle but didn't have the chest spawn. Fix an issue in King's Fall where players would join in progress at the wrong location before starting the Golgoroth encounter. All right. Gameplay and investment. Fix an issue where Gyrfalcon's Hauberk Overshield allow players to gain infinite Juggernaut melees, Lordly Splendor Helm's Sunspots, and Prometheum Spur Rifts. Okay. All right, so Gyrfalcon, guys, is now fixed. It's finally back. Somebody even brought up the Devil's Ruin combo with... Oh, Les did. Fix an issue where Ionic traces generated from the Fallen Star granted Glaive Shield energy. Okay. Fix an issue where the Dawn Chorus was not showing in player's collection. Second chance anti-barrier shield throw will now fully deplete a barrier champion's barrier at the Grandmaster level. Okay, good. Finally, so meta. Weapons. Version of Horus Lease no longer in the game has been removed as a requirement for the Dreaming City badge for all three classes. Bloodfused submachine gun will no longer appear tiny on the inspection screen. Oh, that sounds cute. I didn't even see that. Fix Wishendir's Queen's Wrath perk not working in the Crucible. Fix Iron Banner sidearm, rocket launcher from the rewards track not having master slots. Fix King's Fall Sundered Flesh shader that was applying inconsistently. Fix the glow on the Peacebringer's weapon ornaments. All right, moving into Sandbox changes. I'm just going to kind of skip through some of these because we've already covered this like literally twice. All right. But auto rifles, we know that they're going to be getting a recoil reduction buff, at least on the high end, and precisions 450s are actually getting a crit damage buff. They should be feeling pretty good and more forgiving. Break out those Ammons bows. You're not going to be able to quick swap as easily as you could before. I'm sure someone's going to figure out a workaround. Pulse rifles. There's actually a lot of changes for pulse rifles. Essentially, guys, archetypes are going to mean something. Okay? High impacts are going to feel slower because they naturally have lower handling. Rapid fires also have naturally lower handling. So the stats are going to mean something, and they're going to want you to commit to those stats. But they adjusted damage fall off scale based on the range stats. Which is by 1 meter here and up to 100 range unchanged. Now, adaptants themselves actually got a crit damage buff. We do think that 390s are going to be really good. So things like Yesteryear should be feeling pretty good. Syncopation should be feeling pretty good. We'll see. Rapid fires, the only change on that one is Peace of Mind got its zoom reduced from 19 to 18. Scout rifles actually got a nerf as well. High impacts where they reduce body shot damage and crit shot damage. This coincides with the individual nerf that Jade Rabbit received. Now, sidearms. We said this earlier on Twitter. I actually think we're going to be in a sidearm meta here very, very soon, if not starting now. They increase auto aim fall off distance by 30%. So you got that Traveler's Chosen. You got that Drang. Now it's the time to break it out. SMGs, general, reduced damage fall off. Okay. So I'm not even going to get into this too much. All you can take away from SMGs, guys, is lightweights are actually getting a nerf. Precisions are actually getting a buff. So we're going to be breaking out some precisions. Probably the precision I'm most excited to try is Osteostriga. Yes, that's also precision. They also reduced the zoom for Shayura's Wrath and Friction Fire. Yes, I'm being told Gyrfalcon is still disabled. What the hell, dude? 10 minutes into the new Sandbox. Fusion rifles, precisions. They're making them more inconsistent. Most notably, the intrinsic archetype perk and its recoil direction being toned down. Glaives, they also are going to be nerfed, where essentially it doesn't take as much damage, or damage resistance, 75% to now 50%. Sniper rifles increase the settle time after receiving flinch by 60%, but they reduce the received flinch in PvE. We'll see about that. I don't know. It's still, man, when you're taking so much like gunfire inside of PvE, you can't hit shit with a sniper rifle. So we'll see how that plays out. Trace rifles, they actually increase the stability and recoil reduction at the low end of the stat by around 10%, but it ramps up to 25% at the high end. We'll see how much of a change that is. Rocket launchers, they increase the blast radius by 0.4 meters. Now, gut shot straight also, oh man, I thought that was a buff. No, they just removed the audio cue. Rangefinder, this is arguably the biggest change here. They removed the 30% scalar on aim assist fall off. I still think rangefinder is going to be good. It's just not going to be the say all end all, right? Exotics, Wish Ender. Let's see, fix an issue where the Queen's Wrath perk was not properly applying True Sight in certain PvP map, ball sectors, and other activities. Jade Rabbit reduced the aim assist by a whopping 20. They're also going to be redoing the exotic perk next season. Lord of Wolves. There's supposed to be a lot of buffs here for Lord of Wolves for PvE. With a small nerf there for PvP, but it was already pretty much garbage inside of PvP. Like they really put some work in on that. We'll see if this is actually going to be useful enough to take up your warrant that exotic slot inside of PvE. No time to explain. They actually reduced the recoil direction from 90 to 73 and the aim assist from 45 to 40. Again, this is supposed to coincide with the stat changes and how important they're becoming, especially considering that's a high impact archetype. So no time to explain should be feeling much slower. Granted, people can just bypass that with things like Ophidians. We'll see. Wrist Runner, they reduce the damage resistance versus players when Arc Superconductor is active from 50% to now 15%. Abilities. Fix an issue where some icons were displaying the wrong background at Ikora. Fix an issue with Burning Maul, where the camera sometimes could detach while spinning at specific sensitivities. Fix an issue where both Lightning Surge and Thunderclap abilities were not doing damage to Stasis Crystals or Bleak Watchers. Fix an issue where Gathering Storm, Lightning Surge, Thunderclap, and Jolt icons were not showing up in the kill feed. Fix an issue where Combination Blow when deactivates when swapping subclass. Oh, that's interesting. Fix an issue where Void Overshield keyword flyout was shown when inspecting Whisper of Rhyme. Platforms and systems. Fix an issue where players on PlayStation Network continue seeing the Lightfall pre-order upsell dialogue after they have purchased the pre-order. Interacting with the dialogue sent them to the store product page, which correctly showed Lightfall as already owned. Fix an issue where the purchase confirmation toast did not appear on Xbox, Microsoft, or Sony platforms after purchasing the Season 18 Season Pass. All right. General fix photosensitivity issues where the catch turrets were flashing in the player's camera when targeted. They also fixed an issue where the hunter characters made on new hunter characters made on veteran accounts may have incorrect subclass access. Fix an issue where deep sight platforms would block a portal in the Throne Lord mission, the Ritual. All right. They really consolidated this really, really good. Let's play the game.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.